Hey, welcome to the broadcast. My name is John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy, and thank you so much for joining another live stream with us at Global Real Estate School. Well, first and foremost, be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell, and each and every time I go live on YouTube, you'll get notified. And the cool thing is, sometimes you will even get an email if you subscribe saying, hey, John just went live on YouTube, and you can watch that at your convenience. All of our videos are on the YouTube channel, so subscribe there. You can also go over to globalrealestateschool.com. We have a link at the top of the page called Global Real Estate School TV, so check that out as well. And thank you for all of our students. We are having a record-setting year for 2022. I mean, a lot of students are using Global Real Estate School, and I know that is because our previous students are recommending. I hear good things all the time through email. I had a lady just leave me a voice message the other day. She didn't even go to my school, but she told me, I wish I could pull it up and play it for you. She told me, she said, John, I found you on YouTube, and if I had never watched your YouTube your channel, I would have never passed the test. And she just wanted to thank me. And Tom, you took your test today. I don't know if you're watching now or not, but Tom found me on YouTube, had gone to another school, took the test 3 or 4 times, could not pass, but he's passing today because I helped Tom with some material. He graciously paid for one of our courses, and I supplied him with some great training material. So Tom, I know you passed today. I think Wednesday you were taking the test, so congratulations. I'm just gonna put the positive energy out there in the atmosphere, and I pray for my students a lot. It's kind of funny. I had a teacher one time, he asked me, he said, what are you doing? Because, you know, we get reports, and I'm not trying to brag on myself. I have months that are tough too, okay? But I did have another instructor ask me what I was doing, and I said, I don't know, I'm just, trying to make sure the students pass the test and do some of the things like this, live streaming and so forth. And it was funny, when I got off the phone, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell him I pray for my students every day. Almost every day, I really do. I'm praying for all of you who take Global Real Estate School's exam, and you're one of Global Real Estate School students. You're in my prayers, so I want you to know that. Well, let's get busy with a math problem. You know who I am, and so throw that back up there, but I'm going to go over to the board, and we're going to look at a tax problem that I wrote today. I took yesterday's, from a friend of mine from her book, but today I wanted to actually write a question myself. And this is a typical tax question you need to understand how to solve. They give us the taxes, $3,450 per year, and they're due on when? December 31st. Normally, taxes are due on December 31. So here's January 1st, and if you go all the way over to 12/31, that's when the taxes are due. All right, you're going to have to, taxes are due on 12/31. You can pay them in between, but the tax bills for this entire year. So the question always comes up, well, what if you close throughout the year? How do you handle this tax bill? Well, remember, as you can see, taxes begin billing on the 1st. So if you close out here, in our example, on 11/7, this whole time period, the seller owned the property, didn't they? And so who should be responsible for the taxes? Well, I think it ought to be the seller, right? Because the seller is the one who pays the taxes. I have some reactions I could put here, so I'm just going to put a thumb right there. Well, I wanted to put the thumb. See if I can move it over here. Well, anyway, we'll leave the thumb there, and we know that that's who's going to pay the taxes, the seller. So let's look at our problem here right up above. Really, it's not that difficult. What you need to do is you need to take the annual taxes. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is 3,450, and I'm going to just divide it by 12 months. I'd like to know what's the taxes for that period of time. So if I take 3,450 and I divide that by 12 months in a year, I get $287.50. That is going to be my monthly tax. Now let's just double check. 3,450 divided by 12 is $287.50. Now, this, and I think it's always good to label information. This is our monthly taxes. Monthly taxes. Now, we're going to take $287.50 and we're going to divide this by 30 because we want to find out the daily taxes. So when I divide that by 30, I get $9.58, and that's going to be daily. And again, just label everything. You've got plenty of time on the exam. We don't want to make any mistakes. And so I'm going to double check 287.50 divided by 30 gives me $9.58. So I double check that. Now, here's where we get into some of the issues that we really need to look at. We have to figure out how many months, we're closing on November the 11th, but how many months and how many days do we need to compute that the seller will owe? Now, my mother always taught me this. She started with the month of February. Why February? Because remember, taxes are paid in arrears. So your first tax payment would be due on February 1 if you were counting out the months. So we're going to do it the way my mom always taught me, and she was my real estate mentor and broker and helped me teach the closing problems when we used to do live classes. So we're going to count on our fingers, Mom. She always taught the class to do that. I would get tickled at her because she said our teachers always told us never to count on our fingers, and my mom said, strike that from the record. I want you to count on your fingers. So, as my mother would teach us, February, March, April, May, June, I'm at 5 months, July, August, September, October, November is the day we close. So we have 10 months, okay? So let's go back over to the board. So I want to take, I'm going to move this up a little bit. I want to take 287.50 and I'm going to multiply it times 10, and that will give me $287.50 times 10 gives me $2,875. All right. Now, double check your math. 287.50 times 10 months is $2,875. Now we have $9.58, and we're going to multiply that by, well, we closed on the 7th. Closed on the 7th. So we want to take that times 7 days, and we'll just say that the seller's paying the day of closing. They will tell you that in the problem. Times 7 equals 6706. I'm going to double check my math. 9.58 times 7 gives me $67.06. I heard a noise down here, and it's my little Lucy who's come down to watch me do live streaming, and I was curious what that was. So if you heard a grunting noise in the background, that was my little dog Lucy. So now we're just going to add these two together, and 6706 plus 2875 equals 2,942.06. 2,942.06. I'm going to double check. 2875 plus 67.06 equals 2,942.06. And this would show on the closing as a debit to the seller, a charge, right? Because they lived there from January 1 till 11/7, and you would give a credit to the buyer, and then at the end of the year, I'm going to put a reaction there, and that's the answer. There we go, right there. At the end of the year, the buyer would pay the entire tax bill because it will not come due until 12/31. But no need to worry, we already gave the buyer credit for January 1 through 11/7. We charged the seller and credited the buyer. So basically, when you think about this or look at this, the buyer would have had to have come up with more money on the day of closing, but instead they got a credit for the taxes, so their closing costs were reduced a little bit. Well, you need to know how to do these types of problems. We have plenty of these to work in the course, and of course I go through other small steps throughout the course when you take it. Here's the question. A lot of you are probably asking, if you watch this video to this point and you're not even getting your real estate license, you might be saying, I don't know, do I really want to get my real estate license? The answer is you absolutely want to get your real estate license. Why not? You know, where else can you start your own career, work your own hours, and make additional income for your family, to help you do some things you might want to do, like a vacation or a different car or buy a different home, or just help pay for groceries and other things. You know, real estate's been very good to me, and I know, whether you make a full-time job out of it or not, you can do very well selling real estate. So don't ever say it's too late, I want to wait. I'm 61, soon to be 62. I still have another month and a half. And sometimes I find myself saying, I'd like to do that, but I don't know, maybe I'm too old. And then I would say, no, John Mayfield, you're not too old. You can still do those things. So don't say no or never. You can still get your real estate license and be a real estate rock star. I don't care what age you are. So we'd love to have you as a student at Global Real Estate School. Be sure and check us out on YouTube. As I mentioned, maybe you're watching us there. Subscribe, and hey, here's something else you can do. Share this information on your social media. That would be a huge help to me. We want to be the #1 real estate school out there for students. We're working on some material. We're working on an update to our course, and I know students already give us great feedback, but we've got new stuff that's coming that will absolutely be head and shoulders above what we're already offering, plus what others are offering. I'm so excited. I've got a great team working with me. We've got some great things we're working on, and it's all about helping you pass the test, but it's more than that. It's about helping you become a great real estate professional. That's our core values. That's our mission statement. We want you to be a success in real estate. I don't want to just help you pass the test. I want to see you do great in the real estate business. So, hey, thanks for watching. Tell others about Global Real Estate School. Be sure and subscribe to our podcast. You can find us all over. It's a great way to listen to us in your car. We've got a Facebook page. We're on Instagram. We even have an Alexa skill. I won't say it too loud because she's over there, but you can listen to us on Alexa as well. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching the video. And as always, go out and make it a great day.